Oh wait, no, hold on. I just realized I forgot to do a thing. Hey Zalrex, how you doing? Good, good. Just need to try and write about 1500 words today. Let's see if I can get at least halfway there. At least since our arrival in the station. Works for you? You may if you're having issues with brightness, you may want to check, like if you have glasses and you have issues with brightness, you may want to check your prescription. Your eyes will update will like shift over time until you're actually pretty much the rest of your life. Yeah, but the thing about text is that text is one of the most detailed like image structures that you're expected to analyze on a regular basis, right? So like if I point at the labels of the folders here, right, like melpomene here, right, if my vision was even the slightest bit blurry, I might not be able to fully make sense of that word. And brightness might help with that because your pupil gets smaller in response to brighter lights, which automatically increases resolution. So yeah, if you've got an issue with blurriness and low light vision, I might suggest getting your prescription checked. But yeah, Alan, what's up? No, brightness decreases pupil size. So because in bright light, yeah, that's right. Yeah, hey Alan, how you doing? Do first. Okay. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I need to change the category. I will do that after we finish reviewing these. Okay, so both. Okay, that'll work, and it's likely to overflow and give you a little bit more progress on that. Hey. It's been a while. Guessing. Yeah, it's been a while. Um, that was. Oh, that was like 5 months ago. Last time you dropped by. But yeah, it looks. Say, I do remember. I do remember. How are things going? But yeah, let's see. That'll be fine. A little bit drowsy. Yeah, I've been doing some IRL stuff. That's been a pain. As a result of, yeah, basically I've got like a bunch of IRL stuff that's been keeping me very busy and keeping me up later than I would usually prefer to be. Mm, okay. Makes sense. I would suggest, if you say, focusing on one side or the other, because right now this would hit 2 out of 3 for the large project team buff. If you choose either big or small, it will go to 3 out of 3. Alan. Um yeah. Maybe concept. Okay, that's good. That's fine. That's also fine. Yep, that's also fine. Hmm. What I might suggest for this is perhaps assign this to Takami, and you should look for gods that might be more in line with what, or look for gods who are more in line with your goals, right? For example, uh there are things like a god of daybreak, or a god of but maybe if I can ever find a good source that doesn't result in copyright strikes. But yeah, there are a couple of songs that like will get issued strikes. They're always annoying. Uh, hmm. This should be fine. Um, However, her gods were even more. They were um grown more. Wow. As they uh stationed themselves in the transport carrying them towards the until it wasn't too long before they had over mm, uh, mhm, uh, 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 mm, uh, but it wasn't too long before they made their uh, uh, um, mm, There they made this. Even as they joined up with the group of various various delegates, representatives in the park. They've remained keyed in watching scanning their surroundings. Uh, uh, mm, what's up? Screen buffering. Yeah, I'm not sure if there's anything that can be done about that. Okay. Scanning their surroundings. No. Engine was unable to pick any untoward attention. Or at least nothing that wasn't within the realm. Nothing that wasn't expected from those curious about the and from there, let's take. Oh wait, I forgot to hit enter. There we go. That's good. That's good. Good. Yep. Everything looks good. Something that would rub. That's revenge rub. Mm. Um. Um. To stop left round. One perfect. Hmm. Slot to stop a frown from forming. But this wouldn't be. As the crowd began to form, um, took the um, a while. It was fairly group formed. They fell behind. The thankfully, oof. Mm, as the group formed, they fell behind. The band seemed hopeless and seemed to unwind. His presence, almost singing, as it fell back into, as it returned to into a familiar, return to familiar place. Before Superfly was a counselor. He was basically a sales. Um, so, when what you are selling is dropships, uh, sales is uh, not the best. Uh, yeah, it's going to be short for at least the next few more weeks. Basically, there's some IRL stuff that's happening, which means that I can't do the longer streams. And yeah. Mm, uh, mm, uh, uh, with notably of course, he began to lead the people out of the park and uh, towards some of the areas were still, and towards some of the remaining, towards and onto a tour of the station. Of um, while it was judged that um outfitting the station itself was largely three mm, uh, uh, um, uh, repurpose. Um, oh, look. With the scale of the station, your scale of the station. Yeah, I do hear myself in real time. With the sheer scale of the station, the most of it wasn't even properly pressurized. With more atmosphere that would need to be shipped over the next year. That would need to be shipped to properly populate. No, my output gain's actually fairly low. I just have my monitoring volume turned down. So my monitoring volume is low, but based on where I keep my mic and how my EQ is set, it's loud enough to like be appropriate for the like streaming volume. To make it all habitable. Station of this scale meant that even even the section that they had opened up to that they had prepared would be more than enough to demonstrate the functions of the facility. The park was but but Uh, in addition to covering the. Yes. Yep, it was. Uh, uh, mm, mm. Perhaps it will be. I don't know. I fell off the MCU train a long time ago. I fell off the MCU train around Civil War, honestly. Wait, no, I fell off the MCU train. I don't know. I fell off the MCU train with Age of Ultron. That's right. Basically, basically, I think I fell off the MCU train when Scarlet Witch became a like. It was when Scarlet Witch got introduced, but it was mainly because it highlighted the thing that I hate about a lot of modern media, which is it basically fucks over any intelligent character for the sake of drama, right? Like, it doesn't allow the designated smart characters to win. In addition to beyond a quick loop, uh, um, after they passed through the accommodation side, the cabin. They returned to the which was currently hosting um, the small fleet of dropships that had brought everyone here. And the administrator also pointed out the cables and parts connecting to the jump ships themselves that had been towed into position while everyone slept. Mm. 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 Uh, Mm, uh, mm, uh, uh, the star, so the reminder of the not ice apps, it is PCES, that's right. Pieces technology that had been announced before the war sent a wave of shock and wonder through the people people in the audience. The reminder that of it, and as a result, the coalition had cracked the means of producing say of reproducing charging stations for the yeah, that's why I have like the underscores and stuff. I still need to find the time to do my custom obsidian replacement. But on the good side, I did discover how to do styling. Apparently, you can just like put HTML styling in here. Also, I think it's that. Okay. I know I did this a little while ago. Oh, there it is. Yeah, you can see when I did that, it worked properly. Nope, it is correct. It breaks the moment you're in the paragraph. But yeah, you can totally do that. You can also do like size 90px. Okay, oh, it's font size, isn't it? Right? You can totally just do that and it works. Yeah, I didn't know. I only found out about this when I was like, oh wait, hey, this is technically like a HTML renderer, isn't it? But yeah. But yeah, I've actually had an yeah, basically what so the way I'm currently considering how to do my own version of Obsidian is by using one of the lightweight Electron alternatives to do HTML rendering in the system, and then just have like a custom spell check and all that stuff. Uh, mm, mm, uh, Set the wave of envy and desire washing through the people in the audience. Even as they began to float. Hmm. Uh. Hmm. Uh. Uh. Hmm. Uh. Uh. I really. Mm, uh, Apparently, minus 6 dB is the correct volume for YouTube. But yeah, I would have to go look into it. Yeah, for me, my current volume is at 70, but I also have like a manual thing, right? So yeah. Mm, uh, yeah, I would probably have to go like do some actual calculations on what my volume is currently set on. Maybe I'll adjust it in the future. Uh, Even as they began to float their way the towards the door into the next section. Soon watched people see several of the Merchant nobles cluster together. Their sonic powers focusing in the direction in Hershey until the warehouse just beyond the I'll Superfly give groups rides on the little logistics drone uh, cart hover cart could see them already formulating plans. Um, uh, mm, um, so gallery see them formulating plans to declare new say to try see them plotting in the background, but ultimately that wasn't much of their concern. Jun was far more interested in the other groups. Some were more focused on Jun themselves, likely looking for ways to gain access to a station this kind themselves. Others were more engrossed in their assortment, different note-taking tools. Mm, uh, mm, um, sorry about the bump there. Note taking tools, recording, and recording notes, and even making proposals for access. So for to raise the funding of this in their own system. Uh, um, um, well, at least that was something and success. Eventually, the last of the third groups were transported to the others. Eventually, Jim stepped onto the transport with the last groups. They made way over to the other side of the warehouse and were left into the machine shop. The manufacturing center. Honestly, one of the few places that was currently not yet fully outfitted. This alongside but it did have the basic tooling required to maintain the long term. And radiation outside the sun. It's required to manufacture consumables and effect repairs for these stations. It wasn't that solution. Facilities. Still, the rest of it was built from there. They progress inwards towards showing off the deep space adaptation. Deep space regenerative module. This far outside the magnetosphere of a star. And there enough background radiation that No, so that long-term social had to be a consideration. And in this and though one that was trivial, origin to address. Series of powerful electromagnets not only served the system from the general, from the risks of cosmic ray bombardment, but provided sufficient hydrogen capture from background. Probably next weekend. That's my best guess. From oh god. Not too bad, I guess. From background. From the thin. So from the bare atoms to at least keep emergency power. Enough to keep a few fermenters, bioreactors, and the environmental systems running in addition to the radiation. And that will be all for today. Bye everyone.